Hi, I just want to address one of the biggest worries that people in the team have, because I don't think it's been addressed recently. Like, it definitely has been in the past. I've certainly addressed it in my last 11 years, but it's definitely not been addressed recently. So one of the biggest concerns and hesitations that consultants that we have in the business isn't necessarily somebody saying no to us when we tell them about Arbonne. It's what if somebody says yes. That's the worry. And you know what? People will say yes, and some people will fly in this business with or without a sponsor. Like, when I joined this business, my sponsor didn't have a clue what she was doing. She literally joined about 3 days before I did. She presented Arbonne in like 2 to 3 minutes to me. She did the napkin presentations. I was like, sounds great. I'm desperate right now. I'm looking for a way out. This sounds like it could be the thing that I could really like change my life with. And that was it. Never really heard from her again. There was no WhatsApp. There was no Facebook group. There was no training. She literally was like, okay, here's my website link. And off I popped. I have no negative feeling towards her at all, because I didn't hold her responsible for my success at all. And I feel like that was the best start for me, because I don't feel responsible for anyone else's success. Like, I love it when people join me and then they do what I suggest and they are successful. Like, there's so many people in our team that have took off like a rocket ship, be it in their first few days, be it a few weeks after they started, be it a few months after they started, or be it years after they started. That's happened as well. We've had people join our team and then they don't really properly take off for years, and that's okay as well. And I don't hold myself responsible for their failure or their success. I'm just like, if they succeed, I'm like, that's amazing, like, well done you. Like, that person is responsible for their own success. And the way I see it is, imagine you are a PT instructor, so you're a personal trainer, and you're super athletic and you work out, and then you bring on customers and you tell them what you do and what you would suggest, but they might do some of your suggestions, some of the exercises, but then they go home and they have like a McDonald's for breakfast, and then they go to KFC for lunch, and then they have a Chinese for their evening meal, and they do that on repeat. And you're like, why are you not getting healthier? I don't understand. You're doing the exercises that I do and that I suggest that you do, but you can't control what somebody does or doesn't do. Like, once they go home, what they do with their life is up to them. And it's the same in Arbonne, and I see this in the same in book club. Like, I can recommend that people join our book club. It's been running for 5 years and it's absolutely amazing. It's the best way to develop your personal development. I make it a priority every Thursday at 6 p.m, so it's on tonight. I make it a priority, and I tell people about this all the time, and they're like, oh my gosh, it sounds great. I'm like, it's free. I add them to the WhatsApp and I tell them what the book is. They go and buy the book. I can't sit there and read it to them. I can't sit there and log them onto Zoom on a Thursday at 6 o'clock. I can't do that for them. There's only so much we can do for people. The rest is up to them. So when people join, if you do these presentations to people this November, which is the incentive that we're running, so to win £100, all you have to do is do some practice presentations on people that you are close with. So like your partner, your parent, your brother, your sister, adult child, etc., best friend. If you're hesitating because you're like, what if they listen to this and they say, this is amazing, I'm joining, and then they're not successful? You know, that's some people's biggest fear, is what if they say yes? I want you to take a breath and remember that it is not up to you whether other people are successful or not. Most people that are successful in Arbonne usually had a sponsor that wasn't that great. I'm not saying everybody, but there's a lot of people out there. You ask them, you say, oh, was your sponsor really great when you started? And they're like, not really. That's very common, okay? And what I want you to do is, if somebody says yes and they join you, is I want you to literally put it all on them. So the first thing that I do is I send them my getting started video, which if you don't have it saved in notes on your phone, let me know and I'll send that to you. That is up to them to watch. That goes over everything they need to know to get started. It's 20 minutes long. If they don't watch it, you absolutely can nudge them, you can remind them, but you cannot literally pin their eyeballs open and play it for them in front of their face. It's up to them. If they don't watch it, there's not a lot you can do. You haven't failed. You've sent them the getting started video. It is what it is. For me, I hate to tell you my numbers because hopefully your numbers will be better, but I have to sponsor 10 people. One of them takes off. So I'm not saying those will be your numbers, but I've been doing this business long enough to know my own numbers. Hopefully your numbers are better. If you don't know your numbers, it's because you've not sponsored enough people to know how many people you need to sponsor to have one superstar. So a superstar will watch the video and they'll be like, I watched the video, great. And then they will either print off their tick list or you can print it and send it to them. I personally print it and send it to my consultants with a handwritten card thanking them for joining the team. But in my getting started video, it shows them where to print this, so they can print it. If after a few weeks they've not got launched, or they're dragging their feet a little bit, all you have to say to them is, send me a picture of your tick list. Let's see what you've done and what's left to do. Especially if they message you and they say, it's not really working for me. All you have to do is say, send me your tick list for getting started. Let's see what's left to do. And what they'll find is they've got gaps, and that's on them then. It's all on them then, okay? Once they have done everything, I send my consultants a little prize, a little well done, and they get to print a certificate as well, which is actually on these steps. So you don't need to do that. That is on these steps. The certificate is there for them. So it's all on them then. So if you are scared of people saying yes, I just want you to take a breath and know it's not your responsibility. You can't make somebody else successful. You can give them the tools and give them the suggestions and say what the things are that you do, and you can motivate them. You can tell them when they do things how amazing that is. You can say to them, look, if somebody asks you about Arbonne, send me a screenshot and I will help you with a reply, what I would say. Like, you can do plenty of things like this, but you can't physically pin their eyeballs open, get them to watch a video, get them to read a book, get them to get onto a Zoom. You can't, okay? And you just need to accept that. That needs to be something you accept. But getting them to, if they say yes and they join, sending them the getting started video, and that's their first task. Task number one is like a test. Are they going to watch it or not? You're gonna know if they're going to be one of your superstars or not based on the fact if they watch that video or not. Test number 2 is, do they print off their tick list? Test number 3 is, how much of their tick list do they do? Test number 4 is, do they get to their getting started and get their certificate? If they do, you know they're a rock star.